Hello, and welcome to my podcast. My name is Jace Warner, and I'm going to talk about the play, Death of a Salesman. Just to start off, I want to say a little summary. The plot or main story in Death of a Salesman begins when Willie returns from a business trip and finds his two sons, Biff and Happy, staying at a family home. From that moment on, the storyline goes in and out of the past and present. At the age of 63, Willie Loman is a mess. He's broke, in debt, and about to get fired. Through his memories, we learn about Willie and the other characters as well. Linda's a supportive and passionate wife. Happy has always stood in his older brother's shadow and longs for his parents' attention. And Biff, who was a very popular and talented high school athlete, catches his father having an affair. As a result, Biff refuses to attend summer school and destroys his university football scholarship and eventually his life. I want to talk about a passage that I thought was really important to the story. So this passage explains how Willie believes in his son and the confidence he has toward his success. This passage starts with Bernard coming in, informing Willie and Biff that if Biff does not study with him, he will fail his math test. If Bill fails his math test, he will not be able to graduate and go on to the University of Michigan, his dream school. But Willie, whom is Biff's father, is blinded by Biff's success playing football, so he does not believe that studying and doing well in school is the way to success. This is explained when he says, Bernard can get the best marks in school, you understand, but when he gets out in the business world, you understand, you're going to be 5 times better ahead of him. This quote explains how Willie sees the world as a salesman. He sees qualities in people that he likes and makes a decision on how successful they are going to be. He may have been biased toward Biff because he was his son and made fun of Bernard when he said, "Don't be a peasant, Bernard. What an anemic." Because he did not like that he seemed smarter and more diligent than Biff. Willie tried to give himself and Biff false standards that you don't have to be good at academics to be successful in life, but in reality, Bernard seemed like the one who would be successful in life. This bias and hope that Willie gave to Biff made him believe that he did not have to do anything to be successful, and always believed he was the best. This ultimately led to Biff not studying for the math test that would get him to graduate because of his own and Willie's overconfidence. I want to talk about a few quotes that I thought was really important to the story. So, this is when Linda, she says 200 gross, she figures. So just to give a little context, just before he said this quote, he was bragging about how he made 700 gross in Providence. But when his wife actually asked him how much he coughed up and said about $200, she realized that he could not make that much and his ego got the better of him to lie to his own family. It might have been to inflate his ego, but it might have also been an attempt to cheer up his family. She realizes that he is not the best of salesmen, but he does his best to get money for the endless amount of bills they have to pay. Another quote is when Willie says, that boy is going to be magnificent." Just to give a little more context, this is when, at the end, he realizes all the stuff that Biff and Willie did together, and Willie believed in Biff and that he was going to be successful from the beginning. He supported him and did what was best for his career, but that support might have been too much. Willie inflated Biff's ego so much that when he was at a job, he thought he had to be the boss, but was never promoted. He was never able to function as a member of society. He also did not promote Biff to study because of his football career, so he was never able to graduate. Willie supported Biff too much, which led to Biff's demise. I believe that all this relates to the American dream and how people want to be successful, but they don't want to work hard. We all know that the only way to success is through countless hours of hard work. For the end, I wanted to talk about the themes in The Death of the Salesman. The first one that I thought was really important was the American dream, because Biff and Willie believed that they wanted to have the American dream, especially Willie. He believed that he wanted to have the American dream, but in the end he was not able to, so he wanted it on his son, and he really wanted to get rich quick, and he was never able. Another theme that I want to talk about was betrayal. Willie ultimately betrayed his whole family, and Biff, who found out about this, was not happy. He was completely angry at him, and as a result, he never went to that math class to make him graduate. And this ultimately led his whole life astray because he was never able to find a job because he was so overinflated in his ego. And that's it. Tune in next time. You'll be reviewing Green Eggs and Ham. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to my podcast.